Okay, folks, the time is now 20 minutes before 8. Keep in mind, with clocks being pushed back last week, we're already light before 7 o'clock, so we try and be mindful of the neighbors, but we started a few minutes before 7 a.m. today. So again, by 20 minutes before 8, the entirety of the roof deck has been stripped. And keep in mind, we already showed you the back, which was fully intact. And I had spoken to the homeowners, about the last time the roof was replaced, and they seem to remember at least some of the sheathing being changed. So I explained to them that the contractor at that point probably looked at what was damaged and decided, what would be changed and what would not. So the boards that were right on the borderline of being changed last time should probably have to be changed this time. However, now that it's stripped off, the only board that was ever changed is this partial right here. And as everyone knows, it's at the foot of a valley. So it's really a double whammy. Double whammy in the sense that it's a high water traffic area on two fronts. The fact that you have this main plane and that dormer plane displacing water to the center in that track, and then the fact that the bottom part of a roof, the eave, right, will not only take the water that lands here, but it's going to take everything from the top and middle that displaces downward. So all of the water that hits the roof travels past the eave over this gutter. And again, in combination with that dormer creating a valley, this was the board that must have been really chopped up, which they remember being changed. And again, it's in the front of the house. So I have to go and get a board for the back side where we're closing that mouth. And we'll probably take this little pizza slice out here as well and just change that because it's such a small spot and it is a little chopped up. But short of that, we don't have any boards up here that would be changed. Now remember, on an insurance roof, the only thing that we need to do is show the insurer that it was a code violation. In the state of New Jersey Building Code under Chapter 9, under roof assembly with specific attention to redecking and unnailable surfaces, there's a section that says if you come upon sheathing that is deemed unnailable, it's too warped that we can't sink tacks into it, it must be changed. The flip side of that coin is we don't change lumber just for the sake of changing it. It has to be in violation of code before we would change it, and then we would simply supplement with the insurer, after the fact to cover those costs. But the good news is the roof deck is in really great shape. So we're going to be getting a board to seal up that hole. We're going to change this little pizza slice down here in the corner. And after today, when we put all the proper underlayments, right, we're going to get hand fabricated drip edge because what we have is not going to fit. That'll be done correctly. And then you're going to have ice and water. You can see him opening it here, right? That's a CertainTeed product, Winter Guard. And then you're going to have your polymer paper, right? Because the Winter Guard is going to go in the valleys along with some metal, right? It's going to go down at the eave lengths and up the rakes. And then from 36 inches all the way up to the ridge, that blue stuff down there, which is CertainTeed Roof Runner, the polymer paper, synthetic paper, will go from 36 inches up to the ridge. And you can see that Mondo has already cut a strip throughout the entire ridge so that we can install the continuous ridge vent ventilation, not only throughout the entire ridge length across the main, but also this little area, the vestibule, when you walk into the front of the house. So they come in 4-foot lengths, 10 pieces to a box. We have a full box down there, which is 40 feet. We're gonna put one piece there, 4-foot length, and the rest of the 36 feet going straight across the ridge. And at that point, the home will have a place for hot air to continuously escape. Keep in mind, you know, this is a one-story home, so probably not very difficult to cool the home. With larger homes, a lot of square footage, what folks tell us is that certain bedrooms on the second floor are a little bit sluggish. They have a child's bedroom that they can't seem to get, cool as the rest of the house. So that's typically because it's situated somewhere near the attic space, right? Hot air rises, and when it gets to that ridge and there's no way for it to escape, then it starts backing its way down. The bedroom right underneath that is going to be a little bit more difficult to cool. So none of that should really be an issue in this home. But despite that fact, it is going to be a little bit energy conserving. In fact, I would say that you probably see a bigger difference, with savings or energy conservation in a smaller home than a larger home. The ridge vent on this home would probably make a much bigger difference than on a home twice its size. So yeah, pleased to report roof deck in good shape, all systems on go. We are still, before 10 minutes to 8 and well on our way. So we'll check back with you once all these underlayments are down and we start to get shingles up on the roof.